As you remember, last week we prepped this garden for planting. So, I brought the tomato plants out that we planted while you were still here. They've gotten quite big and they need more than these little containers now. But before we get started, remember, if you can see a shadow, you need to wear sunblock. You should be putting sunblock on a half an hour before you go outside, and then reapply every hour so you don't get sunburned. This is an SPF 30, but anything 30 and above is good for a full day. So, remember the tools from last week? Who remembers that this was a trowel? We did that one before. These tomato plants, when you planted them, we went over the packet, and on the packet it tells you everything you need to know on how to grow and raise these plants. Since we used this garden last year for tomatoes, we're probably going to add more nutrients to the soil through the summer, such as eggshells and Epsom salt. Eggshells have calcium, and Epsom salt, I believe, is potassium that the plants like. And you don't have to add a whole lot. You just break up some eggshells throughout your garden. When it rains, it'll absorb into the soil and then into the plant. So these plants like to be 1 foot apart from each other. I've already put one in. So this is usually 1 foot. Your next plant will go right here. Make a simple hole. Gently remove your plant. It should come out in one nice little batch. All these little roots. Drop it in. Now, if you plant above the stem and above the root line on a tomato plant, it's okay. If you remember, we talked about how the stems have little hairs on them, and it'll get more roots under the soil line. Now, those of you who have tomato plants in the buckets here, if you want to come and pick your tomato plant up, call and let us know, and we'll put your tomato plant outside. I know a few of you, Lenny, Stephen, Erica, you guys have tomato plants in buckets. There's a whole bunch of you guys do. If you give me a call or leave a message on the Facebook page, we can have your plant waiting for you to pick up. Well, what's the last step that we do after we have planted? I know a bunch of you know the answer. All right, we are going to gently water the new plants. So I'm going to finish up off camera by putting the rest of these plants in and hope that we don't get a frost and I don't have to come out here and cover them. Thanks, guys. See you soon.